Previously on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror.
こっちこっち。
なんだお前ら。
友達です。仕事が空いてたんで。ね。
トミエの仲間か。
仲間っていうか足立だよね。すっげえ仲いいんですよ。
トミエは殺した。バラバラにして川に捨てた。
目見てんじゃねえよ親父。突っ込んでろよ。
さっさと戻れや。
トミエ、降りてこいよ。
おい、トミエどうするんだ。
ぶっ殺すんだよ。
そんなことさせるか。
何？ちょっと待ってよ。
どうなってんだよ。なんだよ。
トモコやめてよ。こっち来んなよ。ふざけんなどけよ。来ないで。来んなあっち行けよ。来んな。来ないでよ。やだ。違うの。京子がトミエはグズだからいじめようって。
しょんべんなんか漏らしやがって。ざまみろ。
Yo! What is up, everybody? Yo, it's me, Zankoku, bringing you another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror Lives Again. And we continue on with the Tomie series. Last time we had Tomie Forbidden Fruit, and we are now coming up to Tomie, the Beginning, or Beginning, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, which is kind of almost similar to Tomie Forbidden Fruit in a way, because you kind of have like this little sense of, well, anyways, let's just get on with it. Tomie, the Beginning, or Beginning, whatever you want to call it, is supposedly, or is billed as, or was described to me as, a prequel to the original Tomie that throws out basically almost the whole entire story of Tomie and replace it with a different type of story. I mean, you've got the school, yes. You've got the obsessed student killing and dismembering Tomie. You've got the guy with the eye patch getting her head in a bag. Yeah, okay. You got that, but you don't have the fact that, like, the girl, you know, was in love with the one guy and Tomie steals her from him, or from her, and, you know, he ends up killing her, and the one girl gets amnesia because of the traumatic events. None of that stuff was there. No. Instead, it's Tomie shows up as an exchange student or a transfer student, and immediately everyone's infatuated with her. All the guys are like drooling all over her and fighting over her, and all the girls hate her because of this, except for one girl who befriends her. I don't know, because she's a vanguard and maybe a hint of lesbianism in there a little bit, but anyways, decides to befriend her. Maybe she feels sorry for her, I don't know. And of course, you know, they find out, or she finds out, that Tomie is not who she seems. Especially when she gets her ear chopped off and her ear walks away, and then the ear comes back, and bloody bandages spawning a whole new Tomie, in front of her kind of freaks her out. The thing that makes this one different is that this is all basically told in past tense. The class is going to have a reunion of sorts, I don't know, but only 2 people show up in the abandoned classroom. The main heroine, whose name I forget because it's forgettable, and Yamamoto is the guy with the eye patch. And they discuss what basically happened, what went wrong with the school class, and of course the class basically goes insane because of Tomie, and ends up group effort killing, basically. I don't know. Well, Yamamoto is actually the one, I guess, who technically kills her, but the rest of the class have a good old anatomy class and cut her into pieces and divide her into 38 parts, you know, one for each class member, and you're just, oh wow, this is what intestines look like, you know. Yeah, it's just one of the classic what the hell type of scenes in cinema where you're just like, they're all giddy and like, oh look at this, oh it's like her arm, and you know, just really, but goes to show how like insane they became. And of course she comes back another day or 2 days later or next day, I don't know, and they all go insane. Some of them commit suicide, a bunch of them go into insane asylums. The teacher disappears and comes back as a Tomie hunter whose goal is to spread her body parts around the world, which kind of defeats the whole purpose because they'll just become more Tomies. And we have, of course, sort of Tomie possession type of thing going on. And all in all, a movie that doesn't really add much to the whole Tomie story. It really disappoints me because it wasn't a prequel. It wasn't actually going through what was going on. It didn't have the relationship between her and Tsukiko, and what happened, and why would she, you know, like, lose herself. I mean, in all the other ones, Tomie seems to have like a mission. Most of the time it's just revenge. Like the first one it's revenge, the second one, I guess the second one really didn't. The third one was revenge, the fourth one was revenge, the fifth one was revenge, and this one, she just shows up. She just shows up and screws with people's lives. And I mean, it does give a little more insight in like how like her emotional state, how she doesn't like getting killed, she doesn't like the pain, how it feels to die is what she says is like jumping into the abyss, facing eternal darkness and stuff like that. Except she always comes back. So you know, those kind of things add a little bit, but all in all, the movie just wasn't all that great. I mean, it wasn't as dark as Tomie Forbidden Fruit. It wasn't as good as Tomie Rebirth or Tomie Replay. It's better than Tomie Another Face, but that, you know, borrows an element like the photograph element from that. And of course, you know, the original Tomie, it decides to kind of take a little piss on story-wise. So let's get to this. Let's get to the scores. The scores. So violence and gore, 2.5 out of 5. It is. There's a bit of blood spray and, you know, like the ear thing, and they chopping her up into pieces and extracting her heart and that kind of stuff. So I would say an average amount. It doesn't feel as violent as some of the other ones. But I mean, I'm taking it like a step back and going, okay, yeah, I guess that would be 2.5 out of 5. Shock value, 1.5 out of 5. Just, you know, there's a couple moments that are like, oh my goodness, but in the end, not really. So 1.5 out of 5. Plot, 2 out of 5. This is the thing, you know, it's a straightforward plot and actually moves at a decent pace for a Tomie movie. Usually it's just slow, but the fact that it just kicks the first Tomie out of the window for the most part. They should just never have done that. They should just made it a separate Tomie entry altogether. And the fact that she didn't seem to have like any other motive than just to be a bitch. You know, or they were saying like, you know, Tomie has become a dictator. I'm like, no, Tomie has become a dick. Really. So it just kind of 2 out of 5. below average. They could have done a lot more with it, and it didn't really add anything to the whole Tomie mythos, and it's kind of just like a throwaway plot in a way. Acting 2 out of 5. A bunch of overacting going on that overshadows any of the good acting happening. I thought the person who did Tomie did a decent job, sinister and playful and nuts. And the teacher was interesting, but a lot of overacting in there, so I just say 2 out of 5. Nudity, 0 out of 5. I don't think there was any real teasy moments, so big deal, whatever. Enjoyment, 2.5 out of 5. It just wasn't. Honestly, I didn't think I liked it as much as Forbidden Fruit, and Forbidden Fruit was very disappointing, and definitely wasn't as good as Replay and the original, and of course the best of them all, Rebirth. But it was definitely better than Another Face, and it was still mildly entertaining. So 2.5 out of 5. Overall, it feels like an average movie. It is an average movie, and one of those movies where Tomie is really the only one who dies. I mean, yeah, there's, I guess, others, but really it just felt like it was just Tomie getting killed and nobody else. And so, you know, whatever. It was an average flick. 2.5 out of 5 for my overall impressions. And average score comes out to 1.9 out of 5, which I guess is like the same score as Forbidden Fruit. I don't know if I like Forbidden Fruit better than this one, or maybe I like them the same. They both have their issues, though Forbidden Fruit does have a bit more fun in it, I guess, in a way. A little bit more enjoyable. So I guess, you know, this one is probably, so let's go Rebirth, Tomie, Replay, Forbidden Fruit, Beginning, Another Face. Yeah, I think that's my order so far. So there you have it. Hopefully that was short and sweet. I don't know. I don't even know how long this took. Okay, here's my links. Here we go. This is my review of the Tomie Forbidden Fruit. So that was last episode. Beat up those bullies, right? And then here's going to be the next one, which I believe is Tomie Revenge. As if they weren't all revenge films of some sort. But Tomie Revenge, I believe, is the next one. Because I think, yeah, it's Tomie Revenge, and I think it's Tomie versus Tomie, and then Tomie Unlimited. So 3 left, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get... I've got a source for Tomie versus Tomie, and I think I've got a source. If I remember right, I've got a source for Revenge. Unlimited, that might be the troublemaker right there. But we'll see what we got. So, anyways... I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Ja matane.